don't think we on Rumble tonight. Oh, we on Rumble. All right. That's what's up. Uh, I ain't muted. Hit one if you can hear me, man. Hit one if you can hear me. Folgers. Folgers in your cup. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Ah, man. Oh, man. Yeesh. Shout out to wifey, man. She bought me this joint. This hoodie. This joint tough too, man. This a tough hoodie. This joint is tough, man. It's like Carhartt material. Shout out to who the fuck made this joint? Let me see. Mm. Yeah, this is the joint right here. Let me show y'all. Salute to everybody, man. Um,
Coffee in Leimert Park. We have two locations, one in Leimert Park, one in downtown Los Angeles. Haroon Coffee has been going since 2018. The thing that's unique about us is we only sell coffee that's sourced from Africa. And the unique thing about Italy is
we have coffee farms in Togo, West Africa. We have coffee farms, cacao farms, and we also have skincare that's made from coffee. You want to talk about the collab?
I think we should.
Well, one, Italian coffee will be sold here at Haroon. Yes. So make sure you come to Haroon and pick up a bag of coffee. And then we did this collab of the stuff we're wearing right now.
Incredible t-shirts and hoodies that will also be available on both of our websites. Tell us about the
yeah, man, you gotta support black-owned businesses, man.
This is the airline that we used to fly all the time as a family. It was a West African-owned airline. And black pilots, black stewardess, black everything. That's the only airline I knew growing up. I didn't know of it. We're paying homage to just.
Yeah, man. So I got this joint, man. Shout out to wifey for getting this for me, man. Shout out to Tabby Bonet, man. This joint tough too, man. This joint like made out of Carhartt. This joint good for the winter, man. This is not like a regular like sweatshirt material. This is like Carhartt material. This shit is tough, man. If you get stabbed, man, I feel like if I get stabbed, this might stop the This might stop the fucking knife, man. This joint tough. Oh, yeah, man. Air Afrique joint, man. I don't know what they call it. Limit pot. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. My wife was telling me something. Lemar Park Cafe. Air Afrique. All right. Air Afrique, man. Yeah, man. So let's get into some of the bullshit, man. Mm.
We're going to use fascist talking points. Be ready to be called a fascist. You are the Fourth Reich, and we are the resistance. And one more time, when my trans family is under attack, I'm going to stand up, fight back. Get ready. This blatantly ignores science.
I'm queer, I'm the mom of a trans kid, and I'm an elementary school teacher. I would like to point out that by eliminating a minor's preferred pronouns is racist and Christian-centric.
Using pronouns is proven to save lives. Intersex infants often have cosmetic surgeries done to their bodies to conform them to a binary male or female gender. It is these anti-LGBT bills that are and their deranged followers who are causing the need for LGBT students to need extensive mental health care.
Are you taking away the First Amendment right to free speech for specific target communities?
This is fascist, I'm sorry.
But let's not act like anyone entered this room unaware that this was nothing but a culture war designed to get someone elected.
We're going to use fascist talking points. Be ready to be called.
It's real out here in the field, man. Yeesh. Man. White woman sentenced to 8 years after beating her own face with a hammer and blaming it on an Asian grooming gang. A 22-year-old woman named Eleanor Williams has been sentenced to 8.5 years in prison after she was caught lying about being beaten in the face with a hammer and blaming it on an Asian grooming gang, according to the Daily Mail. Williams, a fantastist. I don't know what a fantastist is. I don't even care. Don't tell me. I don't even care what a fantastist is. Was found guilty of lying about 3 men raping, trafficking, and abusing her. Williams' lies reportedly caused the men to attempt suicide. It is reported that Williams compiled and shared her accusations in May of 2020 Facebook posts where she included graphic images of her injuries. She claimed the men caused. The post has been shared over 100,000 times, sparked national outrage, and even led to violent racial protests in her hometown of Barrow in Furness, England. One of the men accused, business owner Mohammed Ramzan. Oh yeah, in England, Asian is like goddamn Sandmen, man. Sandmen are Asians in England. We be thinking that we when we hear Asian, we think of you know, goddamn tigers and shit. In England, Asians are what they call Sandmen Asians, man. One of the men accused, business owner Mohammed Ramzan, told court that his life turned into hell on earth after Williams' false accusations. Breaking down into tears, he said that 2 weeks after he was arrested, he attempted to take his own life. So, wow. So she lied, man. This is her buying the hammer. Damn. This is her buying the hammer. That's the hammer right there. She got caught on camera actually buying the hammer. But she did that to herself. She's a bad motherfucker, man. God damn. Let's see what the black people got to say about this. This is a black site, man. Um, this sister says they've been doing this kind of thing to black men for years. They've been doing this kind of thing to black men for years. They never get time for lying on black men, though. You know what? Never mind. Why we gotta hijack everything? Why we gotta hijack everything? She got time because she blamed it on Asians. If she said a black man did it, she'd be home chilling. I said what I said. That was quick, man. Hit one if you're surprised that black people made a story about a white girl blaming some goddamn Middle Easterners for a fake hate crime that black folk were making about themselves. Who's shocked by that, man? Hit one if you're shocked by that, man. Let me drop this link, man. You know what? Let me do something right quick. I'll be right back. Shout out to Mad Peace, man. Mad Peace says, I'm on my way to work, so I won't have a chance to see the show. But here's a little something to show my support. Salute, Arc Nation. That's what I'm talking about, man. My man showing support, even though he ain't gonna be able to see the show. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Eric S, man, coming through once again, man. Eric S every night, man. Arc Nation on Pro, man. He on his way to the Hall of Fame, man. Salute to Margaret G. Thank you for speaking up for us teachers in the hood. Oh, yeah, man. Teachers in the hood are saints, man. You got to be a saint to be a teacher in the hood, man. No matter how good you teach the kids, they still ain't going to learn. You be the best teacher in the world, man. They still ain't going to learn that shit in mass. In mass, they still not going to learn it. Because of DNA differences, man. Then you gotta deal with all the behavior and the parents. Shout out, man. Yeah, man. They making this about black folk, man. This sister say she deserves life. Mm. This sister says white people scare me. This brother says, oh, this is okay. I don't know if this is a brother. He might be a brother. No, he's an Indian. Okay, he an Indian. He an Asian, I guess you call it. Why do white people always do some extreme things that they do for other people? It's beyond their conscious understanding. Oh, this sister says, remember the broad who put her own discharge in her black roommate's food? Remember when Emmett Till got brutally killed because the broad lied? Remember the case of the little black girl that got raped and killed at a casino? And the dude's friend didn't help the little girl because he said, I'm not from Africa, so I don't know how they feel. I don't feel anything for them. She was 7. I genuinely believe God left all of us. The last people he took with him were those babies that died at the preschool. It's only going to get worse.
Sweet 6.
Oh, shout out to my man, Midlife Reset. He says, can you tell me where Glider, Sunman, and Ombrito came from? A glider is a white person, a Sunman is me, a black person, and an Ombrito. And Ombrito is goddamn Latinx, man. Latinx. Ombrito is Latinx. You know, that's just the language, man. That's the Ak Nation language, man. You don't speak Akanese, man. You need to learn Akanese, man. Don't worry, the chat will help you, man. The chat will help you, man. You can learn Akanese. It's easy, man. It's easy to learn Akanese, man. It's so easy a son man can do it. Yeah, Prairie Patels, man. That's the funniest one to me, man. I didn't even come up with Prairie Patel, man. Somebody in the chat came up with that, man. Prairie Patels, man. So y'all remember the Sweet 16 party that we had the other day in Douglas County that we've been covering, where all the kids got shot up and 2 kids got killed? Well, let's see what black people are saying about that, man. So this sister wants to know, no, this brother, he wants to know, how are these underage people photos available to the public? He wants to know why the shooters' photos are available to the public. This guy says, this is what the founders of this country was planning ever since slavery. Oppression only works when parents don't do their job. So that shooting at the party was y'all. That was y'all fault, gliders, man. Why'd y'all make them some people shoot up that party, man? I'm getting sick of you gliders, man. Y'all made them some people shoot up that damn party. Y'all ain't shit for that, man. Shout out to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Woo. Um. Uh. 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 Put the link in the description box. Uh. Uh. I can't take it no more. I tried, man. I tried to read these. These black folks is just crazy, man.
That's all.
Put your hands behind your back right now.
For what?
Right now, because you're being detained.
For what? That's what I'm trying. Detained for what? That's what I'm trying to get the understanding of. You had an attitude when I looked in your eyes and the window rolled down. You said, "Follow me," and you turn your lights on. And you turn your lights on to pull him over.
Put your
and I followed you slowly.
Put your
followed
hands
you
behind your back.
For what?
This sister says the second officer didn't even ask any questions. All this because he's supposedly speeding. This is why people want to defund the police. This type of stuff. God bless this man and his family. They don't even know this guy. They just seeing this bit of footage from a fucking arrest. They don't even know this fucking guy. They don't know what happened. They don't know nothing.
I'm not getting arrested.
You are getting arrested.
For what?
Get your hands behind your back.
Why am I
right
getting
now.
arrested?
Get your hands behind your back.
Why am I getting arrested? Why am I being arrested?
You're being arrested for speed, and now you're getting resisting arrest.
How? When you didn't tell me that? That ain't what you told me.
Is this making any sense to y'all? This one says, how many more scenarios are we going to keep getting upset about until we do something effective? What's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on? Hey, I was watching the mayor debates earlier, and they had a segment where they kept talking about what are you gonna do about all these youth committing all this crime? All this youth, the little tiger kids are doing it too.
Yeah, facts. All these black kids doing all this fucking crime. This guy, though, man. This guy, I just don't get it, man. I mean, I get it. He don't want to go to jail. I get that part, but
Well, I haven't seen it, but you could go to jail or you could get shot. I mean, let's be honest. They tell me that the cops are out here hunting us. So why would I even bother?
This guy says, I feel bro pain and frustration. But remember, we are POWs behind enemy lines. Act accordingly. Name, rank, serial number. That's it. Your lawyer can fight everything else. Remain calm, family. This one says, they say the white supremacists are joining the law enforcement. Go to jail for speeding? The more rights you let them violate, the more money you can get out of them. Gotta make it home first, though. You know what they talk, man? These people are crazy, aren't they? They just crazy.
I'm fucking tired of these people, man. Like, these people have no end. There's no bottom.
They're out of touch with reality so much. They don't know this guy. This is not a celebrity. This is some random guy. And I think his friend is taking the this isn't body cam. This is his friend probably taking footage.
Ram, please. Ram, please. Please don't do
Oh, that's his girl.
that. Don't do that. Get on the ground. Don't do that.
Why she ain't never once tell him to put his hands behind his back? Why she telling the cop not to tase him instead of telling him to put his hands behind his back?
Cause she backwards.
Get on the ground. Don't do it. Just wait till somebody come, Ram.
I'm waiting on his back.
Just wait till somebody come. Just wait till somebody come. Ram.
Get on the back.
Okay. Ram, please just don't move because he's trying to mess with you anyways.
He tried to mess with you anyways.
No solution.
I mean,
it's got to be a tough job to be a cop before all this shit.
This guy says they never even approach mass shooters like this.
God, I hate these people, man.
All this because a man didn't listen to an order that didn't make sense in the first place. Nah, Willie, you wrong on this one. They gotta cut this BS the fuck out. Stop escalating traffic stops. They need to develop what's law, what's questions are not necessary. If it was speeding, write the ticket and carry on. They pull us over and do a whole unauthorized investigation, which they count on turning into an arrest 90% of the time. It's slave hunting, period.
I know that's right. Yo, man, you know what? At this point, I support reparations, but you gotta go back and you cannot come back.
What's happening, Hot Black? Who's this stop resisting guy? Who are you? Stop resisting. Who are you? Going what? What's up?
What up, Hawk?
I don't know you, man. Stop resisting.
Super Patel, man. I just changed my name up. I was here last time.
Oh, okay. You got a lot of feedback in the background, man. You gotta yes, a lot, man. You gotta get your mic situation together, man. I ain't gonna drop you. Just mute yourself and get your shit together, man.
You said it was a Patel?
Yeah, Patel, man.
I can't tell. I thought these motherfuckers were doctors and shit like that. Smart motherfuckers.
No, this is a Patel right here, the guy. Hey, stop resisting.
Just doctors make you get a
mute yourself. You got your shit all fucked up. What's up, Hot Black?
Not much. I was just checking out these slave hunting race soldiers here.
What do you think about the comments in the comment section, man?
Oh, hold on. I'm just reading them. Oh, in here. That's not exactly what I would have expected. I'll give you that.
Let's see how this ends up.
Okay, so now you want the license. Now you want the license. You want him to get on the ground. What do you want him to do?
Well, he tried to put the cuffs on, and the guy wouldn't let him. So it's like they acted like the cop is switching up. When we clearly see that he wouldn't let the cop put the cuffs on, and the cop don't want to struggle with all these cars. Like if they struggle and they fall into traffic, they can get hit and killed. We've seen that several times, man. You know what I'm saying? Officers getting killed like that. So the officer's doing the right thing. I'm not going to fight with you on the side of the road. As long as you stay right there, I'll wait till backup comes, and then we'll deal with you then. We're going to arrest you one way or another, but it just depends on when.
What do you want him to do? You want the license now?
Get on the ground. I can't make it. Please. Get on the ground. I'm not doing anything. Get on the ground. For what? For what? Get on the ground. Why?
Ram, stop moving. Stop moving, Ram.
Get on the ground.
Okay, now he got his bag up. Just stay right there. Just stay right there.
When you pull me, put your hands out of your pockets.
He want the license. He want everything.
Help me get it. No, put your fucking hands behind your back.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Y'all gotta.
I don't blame that fucking cop, man. How listen, man. Look, man. Nah, man. I don't have a problem with it. Hit one if you have a problem with what this second cop did. Hit one if you have a problem with the way the second cop entered the situation, man. I don't have a problem with what he did.
Do all that? Do y'all gotta do all that? Do y'all gotta do all that? Y'all ain't gotta do all that.
He's still fighting. Look how strong that son man is. That son man strong as an ox, man. He's strong, man. We might have played on the football team or something.
Oh, yeah, the son man's strong, man.
You ain't gotta do all that. All that shit what God for. Y'all supposed to be.
That's all.
Put your hands behind your back right now.
For what?
Right now because you're being detained.
For what? That's what I'm trying to detain for what? That's what I'm trying to get the understanding of. You had an attitude when I looked in your eyes and the window rolled down. You said, follow me, and you turn your lights on, and you turn your lights on to pull him over. And I followed you slowly. Followed you.
Behind your back.
For what? I'm not getting arrested.
You are getting arrested.
For what?
Get your hands behind your back.
Why am I getting arrested?
Get your hands behind your back.
Why am I getting arrested? Why am I being arrested?
You're being arrested for speeding. Now you're getting resisting arrest.
How? When you didn't tell me that? That ain't what you told me.
Give me.
Ram, please.
Don't do that.
Ram, please. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Get on the ground.
Don't do that.
Get on the ground.
Don't do it. Just wait till somebody come, Ram.
I'm waiting on his back.
Just wait till somebody come. Just wait till somebody come. Ram.
Get on the ground.
Okay.
You ain't got to do all that.
Ram, please just don't move because he's trying to mess with you anyways.
I ain't about to fight with you, sir. You need to give me your license.
Okay, so now you want the license. Now you want the license. Now you want the license. You want him to get on the ground. What do you want him to do?
Now you want the license.
What do you want him to do? You want the license now?
Get on the ground.
I can't make it. Please.
Get on the ground.
I'm not doing anything.
Get on the ground.
For what? For what?
Get on the ground.
Why?
Ram, stop moving. Stop moving, Ram.
Get on the ground.
You did nothing.
Okay, now he got his bag up. Just stay right there. Just stay right there.
Put your hands out of your pockets.
He want the license. He want everything.
Help me get it. No, put your fucking hands behind your back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all gotta do all that. Do y'all gotta do all that? Do y'all gotta do all that? Y'all ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that, sir. You ain't gotta do all that. All that shit what God for. Y'all supposed to be.
That's all.
It felt pretty good when that glider cop came in and said, "Get your hands behind your fucking back."
Muramasa says, "What up, and Wicked? I heard in San Francisco they have a bill passed to pass reparations to some people, $5 million per person, man. All right, we gonna go to that, man. Let's
Is that all? That's it?
Let's see that, man.
Yo, can you imagine the drive-bys in Lamborghinis? How they would skyrocket?
Man, through the roof, man. Hey, stop resisting. I'm gonna have to drop you, man. I can't do it, man. You got too much feedback, man. Come back later when you get your shit together, man. We need a Patel up here, man. It ain't racism, man. I ain't racist towards Patels, man. We need a Patel contributor, man. So come back, please come back, man. But I just
where is he from? Do you know?
He's from goddamn Patel land, man.
I'm gonna guess New York for some reason, but I don't know.
Yeah, he got feedback, man. He got the show playing in the background and shit. Bass says they are part of the didn't do nothing tribe. Yeah, man. It's rough out here in these streets, man. Let's see what's going on, man.
All right, in tonight's Breaking Buzz, San Francisco's bold new proposal for slave reparations.
Andy Reesmeyer joining us now live. He's got that in the Breaking Buzz. Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon and good evening. This is a story that has just gone wild online today. The city of San Francisco is considering an idea to pay $5 million each to black residents as reparations for slavery.
Well, guys, me and my wife and my daughter, man, we moving to San Francisco.
We're going out California way.
Right,
You about to retire?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's official, man.
Right, it's been
The
real.
Sons of Wrath.
I don't have no choice, man. That's $15 million, man. I mean, come on, man. I don't have no choice but to move to San Francisco now, man.
Yo, but what does San Fran got to do with the Confederacy and slavery and the Union?
It didn't even exist then.
They didn't even exist back then. They were part of Spain.
California was, like categorically founded as a free state, so like it plays no part in its history.
But even if it was, I mean, it has nothing to do with all of that, you know? It has nothing to do with it. So the fact that they would even argue it.
Here's what I want to know: are they fitting to give every Sun man that moves there $5 million? Because if that's the case, let's let them do it. That sounds great. We'll have the Great Migration too out to California, and all the Suns can go out there, and maybe we could get some fucking peace everywhere else.
So then we lose California. I don't know if we want to give California, dude.
What if it's a setup? It's a big setup. I think it's a conspiracy. That's what I heard.
They're gonna get us out there, mess with the water and shit.
Yeah, they're gonna get all y'all out there, and then they just gonna, cut a charge and blow the San Andreas Fault and just let y'all drift to China.
Oh Lord, then we're gonna be in trouble, man. Salute to Rudy Bishop, man. He says all this just so the cop could touch his hand.
He's playing hard to get.
Oh my God, man. Austin, this Dovercourt III says, salute Op in the nation. Why do some folks prove Scott Adams right every day? This issue's exhausting, man. Yeah, man. I mean, like that was God, that was a lot right there, man. But don't worry, man. He can move to San Francisco and be a millionaire overnight, man.
For joining us now live, he's got that in the breaking buzz.
Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon and good evening. This is a story that has just gone wild online today. The city of San Francisco is considering an idea to pay $5 million each to black residents as reparations for slavery. It's one of 100 recommendations made by a city board which wants to address social inequities in the city. In addition to the one-time payments, they also recommend the elimination of all personal debt and tax burdens. There would be...
Oh, shit. So they basically, you know what? This is trolling.
Well, we know some men are paying so much taxes already, right? So,
but this is trolling. Let me tell you how it's trolling. They're setting it up to where, like, you can't fuck this up. So you don't have any debt, you don't have any back taxes. They probably gonna pay your child support. You just get a free $5 million to start off with no debt and go fly. And listen, in 5 years, half some people gonna be broke. And it's like it's trolling because it's like we still gonna fuck it up. Like no matter what you do, the only thing you could do is really say, for every dollar you spend, we're gonna replace that dollar. We're gonna give you $2 for every dollar you spend after you get $5. We're gonna give you $5 million in. Every dollar you spend, you get $2 back. Like, other than that, we're gonna fuck it up. We are gonna fuck this up still. Even
What about $5 million? But you're limited in what you can spend it on. Like it has to be spent on specific things. Like you can't buy weapons, you can't buy drugs, you can't buy liquor.
Nah, that's racist, man.
That'll definitely work because some people are so good at following the laws and rules, right?
But I mean, it would be strictly monitored. You know what I mean? Like it would be put like that.
The amount of fraud that would come from this would be unbelievable.
Dude, we would give all this shit back. Do you understand that every Sun man would listen? Some people would still be getting killed. Like the day that the day that they handed out the checks, it would be like 40, 50 murders in San Francisco that day. I mean, this ain't gonna make this wouldn't change any. This would make it worse, man.
It will make it
This
worse.
will exacerbate all the problems in Sunistan, man.
You,
All the problems.
you know what they say? When somebody becomes rich, it brings out who you really are.
Makes you more of what you really. In all the stores in Blackistan, 5 years, 10 years from that day they give away all those checks, all the stores are still gonna be owned by foreigners. Some people still ain't gonna still ain't gonna run the business, the economy in their own
They
neighborhood.
they're gonna look fly though.
They're gonna be fly. They're gonna be high, and they're gonna be saying goodbye in a casket. That's all. That's gonna happen, man. It's crazy, man. Midlife reset says barbershop reparations ain't shit. I mean, ain't going to do nothing but make Cadillac the number one dealership in the country. Nah, it's gonna make Dodge. Dodge gonna be the number one dealer in the country. If they would have gave it back in the day, Cadillac would have been number one. But now it's gonna be Dodge,
become
man.
like the first super company, and be
Dodge
Yeah,
gonna
maybe this bill was sponsored by Lamborghini.
Yeah, man.
This is a business plan.
5 million to every black person. And here's the thing: normally something like that would make people jealous, but everyone knows, all the other races know that black people just gonna give it away. So now all they gotta do is set themselves up to find a way to get the black people's money. Because if y'all gave Tigers or Patels $5 million, some people would be hot. We would be hot.
Yeah.
But everyone knows, like, man, y'all giving black people $5 million. Okay, ain't nobody mad, ain't nobody protesting. Everybody, all right, cool.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do shit with it. They ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing with it. But spend it. Nobody's jealous. Nobody's complaining. Nothing.
Not to sound racist, but this would be like giving some man like rope to hang themselves, you know?
Exactly. And the news reference too, man. Oh my God, racist, man. Racist news reference.
The one-time payments, they also recommend the elimination of all personal debt and tax burdens. There would be guaranteed income of at least $97,000 a year for 250 years, and homes for as little as $1. Of the 50,000,
so you can buy a house for. So you getting $5 million and you get to buy a house for $1.
And a private jet and the fucking basketball team.
Yeah, it's gonna be 200,000 basketball teams in the NBA, man.
Yo, they're gonna be rushing to get all these chains put on them.
Salute the Honky Kong, man. Honky Kong says, I'm going to move to San Francisco to build cars already. I mean, to build custom cars already and have plenty of sunglasses. We putting 28 or better on everything. Yeah, all you gotta do is find something that some people build a studio, man, and charge $500 an hour for studio time.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of rappers out here. You're gonna nothing but rappers putting.
Everybody gonna be a rap. Listen, right now every subman is a rapper. I listen. Even before, like, I could go back 15 years ago. The amount of rappers I knew 15 years ago, dudes this is before fucking Instagram and IG, when motherfuckers had tapes. You had to make a tape and try to sell it out your trunk and shit, or you know what I'm saying, or you just rapped in the hood and freestyle and shit. I knew so many rappers back then, but now I'm telling you, man, every third son, man, is a rapper, man. I would be a rapper if I wasn't doing the country music. Every third. Look, Osa rap is a rapper. Black Gen Z is a rapper.
Right. Yo, if I was a son, man, I would definitely put that money into studios.
Yep.
I'd like to hear a Mossy track.
Oh yeah, Mossy, man.
I'm curious what he would rap about.
What if Mossy flow? What if Mossy is nice on the mic though, like dangerous?
Right.
He's like a dangerous MC, like fucking Rock Kim or some shit. And you was like, oh shit,
And it's got all kinds of like gun sound effects in the back and shit.
Marcy, what if Marcy was just ill with it? Like, you was like, damn, you was floored by Marcy. And then he just went back, after when he finished, he went back to talking normal like he did. Shit, man. That shit'd be crazy.
Black people who live in the city, it is not totally clear who would be eligible, but the group is focusing on descendants of both enslaved people and those incarcerated for drugs. But would this actually happen?
What? Hold on, run that back. They didn't just say that. Hold on.
People and those incarcerated for as $1. Of the 50,000 Black people who live in the city, it is not totally clear who would be eligible, but the group is focusing on descendants of both enslaved people and those incarcerated for drugs. But
this can't end well.
Slick.
Is Brown Sugar a council member in San Francisco? We didn't know about it.
Does that mean everybody incarcerated for drugs, or just some people incarcerated for drugs?
Right. So we know what they're gonna buy with that money. They're gonna buy drugs. They're gonna move. We're gonna start moving weight.
This is a great plan.
That's what I would do if I was someone that was, moving weight. If I was, on that gang shit.
If I'm in jail for selling drugs and you give me $5 million, I mean, like, this shows you about liberals. They're smart as shit with the fucking book smarts, but god damn, they're fucking dumb as shit when it comes to just. They never look a step down. Fuck 2 steps, 10 steps down the line. They don't look 1 step down the line.
This is gonna be pretty good for hombritos down there too, I would think.
Oh yeah, especially the Mexican cartel. The Mexican cartel is gonna become they're gonna become the top NGO, non-governmental organization in the fucking planet if you give Black people fucking $5 million. Shit. Because where the fuck are we? First of all, every Black person got a weed habit. Their weed habit gonna be out of control. I mean, fucking whoever makes cigarellos, them little skinny cigarellos, you ain't gonna be able to sell those no more. You're gonna have like cigarellos like a foot long now, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to build a backwoods space station.
Yeah, man. It's like all Black people gonna do is smoke weed, fuck, fucking fight, shoot people and shit. Because we ain't gonna have to do the other shit. We're not gonna have to work. We're not gonna have to. So it's gonna be more. We're gonna be more time for the other shit.
Yeah, y'all are definitely working real hard right now as it is.
Hey, so we know Swisher's gonna go up in stock. We know Trojan is not gonna matter. It's not gonna go up.
Nah, because you can have all the babies you want. Fuck child support. They gonna pay you child support.
Can you imagine child support act? Oh, it's gonna be off the chain, the payments for child support.
But nah, they gonna pay it. They said they paying all your gold loans and shit. They gonna pay all your shit.
Oh shit.
What so is there like the original Boone Shika that fucking wrote this up? Because it's that fucking stupid.
It's a glider lesbian, I think.
Yeah,
is a glider lesbian. I mean, are you being for real or you don't know?
No,
I think that was the city council.
Listen, it's definitely a glider behind.
Yeah, my money's on the fat glider bitch.
Yeah, some glider, some gray hair, short, a older glider with glasses, gray short hair, and she probably got maybe either 3 chins or a turkey neck, and like literally, she may have a non-binary. She probably in a relationship with another a woman who's non-binary, and they fucking like adopted like a Black kid or some shit like that, some crazy shit. Salute the Platinum Pig, man. He says no reparations without absolution, total forgiveness, and no mention of slavery anymore. Oh shit, man! Listen, man.
That'll literally never happen, no matter what, ever.
You understand that it's gonna get worse. This is the thing about some people.
We still got a long way to go after this.
We defy logic. We're counterintuitive. You haven't noticed that by now? Everything with us is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Like the way it work out is the opposite of the way
Where all private jets at? How about that?
it's gonna get worse. The
Yeah.
race baiting gonna get worse.
You think so?
Yes, because
Yeah,
here's the thing.
100%. Yes.
Here's the thing.
What?
Here's what you gotta understand, Wiki. This ain't gonna change nothing. So if this $5 million, let's just say they did this shit right, and it changed something. Black kids got better scores on their tests. There was less crime in the black community. Blase blah, different things like that. Less teenage pregnancy, blase blah. The kids better, more marriage, higher marriage rates, and the kids growing up in 2-parent households. Just all the problems, stereotypical problems black people have. If all of those got better, then yeah, okay, boom, you can understand that. But those things are not going to change. Those
No, they're not.
exact same. So how do you explain that? How would you explain we all got $5 million and nothing has changed? Give me the first the only way that they're going to find to explain that.
The gliders is fun.
Racism. So when you have that situation where nothing's going to change, we're going to go back to the tried and true and tested excuse.
You know what we'll do with that? Another $5 million.
And I'm all for that, man. Listen, man, I'm all for that, man. My only thing is when I'm taking my $5 million and I'm getting the fuck away from yourself.
Why don't we just make it 500 million?
Yeah, make it 5 trillion. We'll make all Sun people the first trillionaires.
And that's a good point you just made. Now that you mention it, so they all get 5 million. You know they're all gonna move to where the gliders are, but can they all move there?
How about 5 pieces of biscuit?
You know what I mean? Like, how would that work? It wouldn't work, right?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard to move around gliders, man. There ain't enough glider communities for each one of us. But
it don't matter if doing this thing for San Francisco will outstrip the California budget by 4 times. Fuck it.
Salute to Cool Cat. He said, "Op Nation, all you gotta do is sell weaves." Thank you. Listen, that's what I'm telling you. The Tigers are not even complaining. Tigers should be up in arms. What? You're giving them $5 million? What? Tigers are just like, okay, sitting back, just like cool.
They're up in their inventory. They're stacking up.
Let's be real. They're involved in a number of industries that are set to benefit greatly from this boon.
Chicken wings and egg fouillon and soy
Beef
sauce,
shops.
duck sauce and shit gonna go through the roof, man. Shit, you want extra duck sauce? That's $5. Fuck that, man. Yeah, man, this is insane.
But would this actually happen? Well, supervisors in the city said that they can't afford to do any more major reparation payments right now, but are interested in the idea. They could recommend any parts of it. As the AP reports, critics say the payouts don't make sense in a state and city that never enslaved black people. If it went through, one analyst said it would cost each non-black family in the city $600,000.
That ain't gonna be mad. Yeah, they would be mad about that.
Yeah, the Tigers are about to get really calculating.
Yeah. If you charge it, yeah, I thought the money was just going. They was going to print some new money. Okay, they doing this out of tax money. Okay, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
The samurai swords are about to come out.
Yeah, if they lower, because tigers are shrewd. They gonna figure if we lower the population, that'll be less money you gotta pay out. So they gonna go around. If it's just 50,000 in the city, if we cut it down to 10,000, we only have to pay about $120,000. Yeah, man, tigers are shrewd, man.
This is separate, by the way, from the state's reparations task force created by Governor Gavin Newsom back in 2020.
And they just met really recently to the state reparation committee right now. While the idea of reparations is gaining momentum.
Now look at these people. These people could not in a gazillion years say anything like, hey, wait a second, what they're doing? What? Are these people got to sit there with their lips clenched. Look at how the non-black people are. They're all just like, please hurry up, segment be over before I fucking Freudian slip out this motherfucker.
Right.
And the black guy, he calm. He like, everybody else is just fucking scared to talk. Shit is crazy, man.
To the state reparation committee right now. While the idea of reparations is gaining momentum, it is not being taken up on the federal level.
He's disappointed. All I'll say,
hey guys, this new poll is called "What Philly Wants."
So, elderly and toddlers about to have a rough time in California.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, on top of that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the government never owned slaves. It was like companies that were using slave labor, right?
They don't give a fuck if it makes sense or not.
No, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying to you guys,
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. You're trying to make sense of it, and here's the thing: all it takes is for this to become legitimized. Like the whole thing with girls, with trans and shit.
Right.
Once Barack legitimized all that shit, like making gay marriage legal and letting trans dudes play, look at how that shit got a foothold. All it needs is a foothold. All it needs is it don't even need to get in the door. All it needs to put his foot between the door and the door seal. It's just crack the door.
Just the fact that this has been verbalized now, it's already promised.
Yep. It's gonna be a problem putting this genie back in the bottle.
5 years from now, they're gonna be like, "Oh, where would they promise us all that money way back when? They ain't give us nothing yet. Where my 5 million at?"
Yeah, it's going to explain every failure, every gap in achievement, everything.
From a city-appointed reparations committee tasked with figuring out how to atone for centuries of slavery and systemic racism. San Francisco is considering a reparations proposal that includes a $5 million lump sum payment for each eligible black person. San Francisco could become the first major U.S. city to fund reparations as the idea gains traction across the country. Reparations advocates say the harms of slavery have continued since its official end in 1865. But critics say reparations are flawed and financially unfeasible. Before today's meeting, supporters held a rally to talk about why they believe reparations are needed.
We've heard a lot of critics, and even some of you may be questioning, why would we be seeking reparations for Black San Franciscans? Many folks often say that California and San Francisco specifically did not enslave Black people. And so there's lots of history that obviously needs to be researched. And I'm putting that responsibility on all of you to do that.
Christ.
Damn! Think about that.
You're shoving up your ass, sister.
Think about that. She said that all the shit that you guys just said. Okay, yeah, you're right. But it's research that needs to be done, and you need to go do it.
Yeah, I'm a pass on your fucking Hotep bullshit website.
Wow. She damn, the audacity to say, she didn't come up there and say, well, I've done the research and blah, 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 blah. And if you look at this place, she said, nah, you go do the fucking research. Shit.
If you think there ain't no reason that we need to pay Black people in California, well, obviously you ain't know your history, but you better go look it up.
Think about this, man, how fucking audacious that is. Like, God damn, yo, she would never talk to some people like that, man. Other sons. Like, what, bitch? Fuck you, bitch, what? You better go do me go do the research, bitch, is you crazy? Like, somebody slap that bitch, man. Give me a bottle. I'm gonna throw a bottle at this bitch. She only talked to gliders like that. You could only talk to gliders like that, man.
Rally to talk about why they believe reparations are needed.
We've heard a lot of critics, and even some of you may be questioning, why would we be seeking reparations for Black San Franciscans? Many folks often say that California and San Francisco specifically did not enslave Black people. And so there's lots of history that obviously needs to be researched. And I'm putting that responsibility on all of you to do that.
Black people make up 6% of San Francisco's population and 38% of its homeless residents. Today, supervisors expressed support for reparations that were presented.
6% of the population and 38% of the homeless population.
6% do nearly half. Where have we heard that before?
I mean, I gotta be honest. I thought it'd be higher, right?
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
You know, if black people if they want this to happen, they better start killing each other double time. Get the price down. You know what I mean? Maybe when there's the last black man in San Francisco, he gets $5 million.
Hey, listen, man. Black folk, we gonna do that anyway. Like that's a constant in the equation. That's not a variable. That's a constant. We gonna do that anyway, man.
To them, but that does not mean that all those recommendations will ultimately be adopted. The board can vote to approve, reject, or change any or all of those recommendations, and a final committee report is.
Salute the stutter, man. He said, "For those who never tipping but always talking." I think that's a shot at you, Wicked, man. He throwing bars at you, man.
I don't know why. If it's towards me, I have no idea why he keeps saying that. Because that's like the second time I hear him saying some shit like that. But you know how that shit goes. I mean, you saw what I saw. It is what it is.
Is due in June.
All right, for more now, we are joined by Eric McDonald, chair of San Francisco's African American Reparations Advisory Committee. Thanks so much for joining us. I'd like to start off with what we're just hearing from the San Francisco NAACP, saying now that they would actually want to reject the reparations one-time payment in favor of investments in key areas of education, economy, housing, healthcare, and the Fillmore Heritage Center in the Black community. Can we get your thoughts on this new development?
Happy to share my thoughts. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to come spend a few minutes with you all. Coming to that question, I would first say this is an historic day, it's a historic moment where we are having serious, intentional, deliberative conversations about reparations in San Francisco. Short time ago, not thought possible, and yet here we are. And so, as is expected, as the committee has done its hard work, developed this draft plan that we will work to make final in June, there are folks who are bringing all kinds of points of view, right, about it. So we respect that. I'm aware of the NAACP's perspective.
Oh my God, man, I can't, man. Let's see what's going on in San Francisco. Let's see what this.
What the NAACP wants is to take that money and funnel it through the institutions to get it to the Democratic Party. That's
Right.
what they want.
Yeah, so they can take this off the top, man.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what the Suns are doing in San Francisco, man, because you know how they already, making it a better place, man. How they already contributing to the society, man. Let's see. Oh shit.
How would you define fascism? How would you define fascism?
Oh, what the fuck just happened?
Zach Sauce is.
All right. I don't know what the fuck just happened. But let's see.
Zach Sauce is out there to tell us a little bit more about what happened. There you are, Zach. Zach, I want to ask you a question before you start. That toll plaza there looks pretty slow, even in those carpool lanes. Is it slow?
Yeah, I mean, you would expect the toll plaza to be backed up on any day around this hour, but what you can't see from this angle is just the insane line that just really, really extends seemingly for miles down that way beyond me. So yeah, incredibly backed up right now. And basically we mentioned what caused all of this earlier this morning. Actually, all night long, police negotiating with a person who was suffering a mental health crisis on the bridge. They managed to talk that person off of the bridge about 2 hours ago and put him in an ambulance. And he's now getting a mental health evaluation. But again, all this starting around 10 p.m. last night, the Highway Patrol closing several lanes as they tried to talk that person off the bridge. And because of that, traffic began quickly backing up, triggering a crash around 11:30 involving a big rig and a Dodge Charger near the on-ramp at Treasure Island.
Big rig and a Dodge Charger. So that guy inadvertently caused an accident, indirectly caused an accident between a Sunman and a big rig.
Plus the millions of dollars in fuel that's getting burnt while they're sitting there.
Right, and all the cops, all the fucking units that got to be out there. God, expensive, man. Can this come out of his reparations check? Or well, it don't matter because this is a bill, so they're gonna pay all his bills before they give him the $5 million. So never mind.
Rig and a Dodge Charger near the on-ramp at Treasure Island. That Dodge Charger rear-ending the truck, and the aftermath of all that captured by this Tesla driver cam. 2 people killed inside that car for several hours. All lanes along the bridge shut down as crews worked to clear that wreck. And while police continue to negotiate with that person.
Think about it. Those some people in that Dodge Charger died, and they'll never get their $5 million, man. Golly, man, that's so sad.
Having a mental health crisis. But again, police have now removed that person from the bridge. All lanes back open here. But the residual traffic that we're seeing, that will probably continue for quite some time going westbound onto the Bay Bridge. For now, we're live in Oakland. Zach Sauce, KTVU, Fox 2 News. Zach.
Hey.
We're going to start out with Mike this morning because he's been tracking the situation on the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, very tough. Do not head to the Bay Bridge if you go from the East Bay into San Francisco.
Let me see.
Zach Sauce is.
Let's see. We got a homicide victim out here.
Shot and killed Sunday morning in Oakland is 27-year-old Devontae Davis. They describe him as a peaceful person who went out of his way to help others. KTVU's Amber Lee joins us now after speaking with loved ones. And Amber, they say they have a lot of questions about what happened.
Julie, family and friends say that they're angry and sad about what happened. They say he is good with people and cannot imagine why anyone would want to hurt him.
He's the baby.
Jackie Clark displays photos of her nephew Devontae Davis in the East Oakland home where she raised him along with her own son. She describes him as a joyful spirit who loved life and people. Now she's struggling to make sense of why someone would shoot and kill him.
How can they kill him like that? That was my child.
Police say on Sunday, just after 9 in the morning, Davis was shot multiple times near a homeless encampment on Baldwin Street near the Oakland Coliseum. The 27-year-old was transported to a hospital where he died. One friend says she spoke to him the night before he was killed, never thinking that would be the last time.
He was my little brother,
we did everything for
him. Everything together.
One friend says on the morning Davis was killed, he was with a male friend who she says was not a good influence, and that person's involvement with drugs may have been a factor.
I've personally seen him do drugs, and I feel like that's not the type of person you should want to be around when you're young and you have so much going for yourself.
Look at him, he's too happy.
Friends say this is video of Davis when he first got his apartment in downtown Oakland. They say he worked as a bathroom attendant and at Bed Bath & Beyond. Friends tell me they became close attending and graduating from Oakland High School. Davis recently talked about his dream of becoming a father.
I want to have kids. I said, oh, is that right? Okay, I'm going to hold you to it.
Davis's family says they're frustrated with the lack of information from police, that they went to police headquarters Wednesday, but still no answers.
We're not looking for, any kind of type of revenge or anything, just justice for my baby.
If anybody has any information, say something.
Somebody needs to speak up.
Even if you do it anonymously, say something.
The Oakland LGBTQ Center is planning to hold a gathering in memory.
I knew he was sweet. I could just
Yeah,
tell.
I could tell by the way he was walking around that lobby.
Exactly, man. I was like, this dude, sweet as fuck. And when she said, "Oh, you want to have kids?" Oh, is that right? Yo, when she said that, I was like, "What?"
You found that surprising.
Why she said like that?
He out there giving head at the fucking homeless encampment.
Talked about his dream of becoming a father.
I want to have kids. I said, "Oh, is that right?"
He probably meant he wanted to actually have a kid some fucking way.
She's cold-blooded.
She thought that was hysterical, man. God, dog. She was like,
she's tripping.
Not crying is one thing, but I've not seen a sister laugh during one of these. I don't think.
Yo, that's actually a good point too.
I want to have kids. I said, "Oh, is that right?" Okay, I'm 100 to it.
I thought she was sobbing the first time I saw that, but she's definitely just cracking up. This is fucked up.
Yo, but a glider would have killed him, Mike.
oh God, if a glider would have killed, first of all, she wouldn't be there alone. That would be a sea of people.
Right.
It would be a podium. It'd be lawyers. It'd be fucking dudes in bow ties and shit. Goddamn camera.
Maybe Ben Crump.
This shit crazy.
She would have been a 180 from this. The
She
opposite.
would have been fucking inconsolable.
Right. When is enough enough? Stop killing us.
Oh shit, this is hysterical, man.
Has recently talked about his dream of becoming a father.
I want to have kids. I said, "Oh, is that right?" Okay, I'm 100 to it.
Davis's family says they're frustrated with the lack of information from police, that they went to police headquarters Wednesday, but still no answers.
We're not looking for, any kind of type of revenge or anything, just justice for my baby.
If anybody has any information, say something.
Somebody needs to speak
Like, even if you do it anonymously, say something. God, that guy
The
sure is
Oakland
retarded.
LGBTQ Center is planning to hold a gathering in memory of Davis at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. His aunt says funeral arrangements are pending. She's waiting for the coroner's office to release his body. Julie?
God, man. Whew.
You think he was as zesty as that zesty sun man from Memphis was the other night?
Look, here's some more sunny residents.
The one with the McDonald's shooting.
We should have hooked him up. If he didn't die, that would have been. We could have hooked them two up, man. Ock Nation. We could have played Ock Nation matchmaker, man. Too bad he died, man.
Surveillance video shows a man wearing what appears to be an Amazon delivery uniform getting out of a Ford Explorer outside a home in the Oakland Hills. Here, you can see him holding a package at the front door of the home in the city's Oakmore neighborhood earlier this month. But the resident tells me the delivery is all an act.
They're impersonating an Amazon delivery driver.
After confirming no one was home, the guy in the Amazon vest and several others in regular clothes use a crowbar to break into the home. The woman says they left with what she called irreplaceable items.
It's just scary because they are getting bolder. They think.
So what? Hold on. Is this the George Floyd? Is this? Ain't this like what George Floyd was doing, dressing up like the water department and shit?
Yeah, except he enjoyed the violence of it. And they may have too. If they were someone home, they may have relished it.
But I don't think these guys would have went in if somebody was home. I think they come by to see if nobody's home. That's why they do the Amazon thing. But these guys are. I think these are some non-violent Sunmen.
It shows a man wearing what appears to be an Amazon delivery uniform getting out of a Ford Explorer outside a home in the Oakland Hills. Here, you can see him holding a package at the front door of the home in the city's Oakmore neighborhood earlier this month. But the resident tells me the delivery is all an act.
They're impersonating an Amazon delivery driver.
After confirming no one was home, the guy in the Amazon vest and several others in regular clothes use a crowbar to break into the home. The woman says they left with what she called irreplaceable items.
It's just scary because they are getting bolder. They think that this Amazon vest is going to protect them from not being suspicious.
She's not alone. An hour later, the same men, one in an Amazon vest, showed up at another Oakland Hills home. And
So they're not just taking the spoils and going back to the land. They're just Boom.
This is their day job.
This is the closest thing they've had to having a day job.
Well, you know what? At least reparations will stop this, man. Because no way they'll still be doing this, man. I mean, when you're fucking high off a goddamn the most exclusive weed on the fucking planet, and you just smoke like a fucking blunt, a foot long blunt, and drink a fucking gallon of Hennessy, man, you ain't even got the energy to do stuff like this, man. So reparations will kind of cut down on some of this stuff.
But that glider is wrong. She said that the Amazon vest won't protect them. Yes, the fuck it will. Because if a glider or anybody says anything to them, why? Because I'm a brother?
Yeah. The Amazon skin will protect them, man.
Right.
An hour later, the same men, one in an Amazon vest, showed up at another Oakland Hills home and stole cash, jewelry, designer bags, and shoes. This video shows two men, one wearing what looks like an Amazon vest, prowling outside another home in the Oakland Hills. The residents weren't home but scared them off.
Get the f out of there! You
Calling the cops.
Did he call them niggas?
What did he say?
He called it the N-word, man. Hold on. Yo, he called the N-word. Yo, somebody call Crump, man. Listen to this, man.
The Oakland Hills. The residents weren't home but scared them off.
Get the f out of there! You
nigger.
Calling the cops.
He just strolls off too. Look at that. She's like, man, fuck you.
Yeah, he called him a man the N-word, man. That's the real story here, man. Yo, these guys are. This is a blight. This is pestilence. When in the Bible, when they talk about pestilence, this is pestilence, man, on the land, man. These people are fucking God. These are the worst, man. I mean, like, you got and this is probably not the only group doing this, work in the area. This is just the group doing the Amazon thing in the area. You got other groups just riding around looking for people getting out of their cars or getting in their car, looking for people in their driveways, looking for people sitting in their car. You got all types of motherfucking crews working this area, man.
You
calling the cops.
They're using the cover of Amazon to gain access to people's property. Having that jacket makes the resident think that they're supposed to be coming to your front door.
And if you can't even trust the delivery system, it just makes me concerned about what these people are willing to do.
There was a similar break-in at an apartment building on Park Boulevard Way near 580 back in January.
An Amazon delivery guy with a blue Amazon vest came up to our door. He was holding a package.
But no one answered the door.
They hopped onto my neighbor's patio, broke through the glass, and then found that there was nothing to steal because they're selling their apartment.
An Amazon spokesman tells me it's unclear if any actual workers are involved and that the company will cooperate with any police investigation. Police say when in doubt, don't open the door to strangers, and that could include delivery drivers. Be a good witness, don't engage, and turn in surveillance video. In Oakland, Henry Lee, KT.
Damn.
Could you imagine if one of them guys broke in and they got shot? The media would say, white man shoots black man in Amazon vest. Like, that's all they'd say.
Yep.
But seriously, they say they're trying to trick the people at the house. No, they're just trying to trick everybody that could be observing them at the house.
Zach Sauce
is
out there.
This is literally pestilence, man. This is fucking
shot and
these
killed Sunday.
People are fucking like rats. So it's like an infestation. It's like having coyotes and shit, like living on the edge of your fucking land or some shit.
Honestly, though, that program that Amazon does to get people in regular cars to deliver shit, I always thought that was a stupid idea anyway. Because it's like some people they come up your driveway, you're like, what the fuck? You know, because they're not an Amazon truck.
Yeah, it's let's see.
Storage space at the San Francisco jail has been transformed into something else. It opened today as a new place where children can visit an incarcerated parent. KTVU's Brooks Giroux got a look inside at an effort to end the cycle of intergenerational incarceration.
Inside the San Francisco jail is the creation of something special, a new space inmates and their kids can be free.
The beehive itself is a symbol of a healthy, thriving community.
A place that with every brushstroke has meaning to William Palmer. He was once behind bars for robbery and expressed his remorse, but his experience goes back to his childhood.
I remember when I used to visit my father in jail.
Those visits didn't happen in a place like this. This is a community collaboration. Once a drab storage area filled with books is now a vibrant playroom for children to see their incarcerated parents.
It's extremely important for a child to maintain relationships with people who are close to them so that they don't have that feeling of loss.
Chief Deputy Lizette Adams says the same is true for those who are housed here. Since 1995, San Francisco Sheriff's Office has arranged parent-child visitation, but never with a dedicated room filled with toys and games.
It's going to give him that opportunity to escape for those 30, 60 minutes.
Mother Joanna Hernandez says for her son, who has been in jail for 6 years, this will be life-changing, especially for her grandson.
My son's father was incarcerated in this very jail, and now my son. And my goal is to break that with my grandson, and I'll do anything by all means necessary to break that cycle.
And to break.
Would you vote for a Republican? Would you vote for a conservative candidate?
It's funny, the guy doing it's like, I always remember visiting my father in jail, and obviously that didn't work because you went to jail for robbery. What the fuck?
Crazy, man.
Hey, Ag, we're thinking the guy in the back chat is a porn bomber. I don't know if you're looking at the back chat, but I suspect he's a porn bomber.
I got him covered up though. 3 bad cat. What's up, man? Who are you? Going once? Going twice? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Blocked.
Fuck out of here.
We vetted him, Ag. He was,
Yeah.
I asked him if we could pick what porn we got to see, and he wasn't having it.
Yeah, he's out of here. Banned. Your future president says, let's call it Samazon for now. From now on. Listen, man. This woman says she would do anything to make sure her grandson doesn't end up there.
And my goal is to break that with my grandson, and I'll do anything by all means necessary to break that cycle.
And to break down barriers in hopes of building relationships, months in the making to fulfill a family need and help to end incarceration.
The end product is honey. Something sweet, something healing, something that, who complains about honey, right?
And the honey is the sweetness that comes between the bond of a child and their parent.
Happening in this hive built in an unexpected place. In San Francisco, Brooks.
Oh, let me get to Memphis, man. Let's do Memphis, man. These people up here are fucking annoying, man. God, San Franciscans are annoying as shit, man. God damn, man. I mean, shit. Oh, hold on. Here we go. One more.
10 family and friends of an Oakland man stabbed and killed over the weekend are mourning their loss. They have identified him as Curtis Marsh. He was a member of the Oakland Gay Men's Chorus. KTVU's Amber Lee live with us tonight after speaking with his loved ones and neighbors who gave details about the attack. Amber.
Mike, family and friends tell me they're devastated by the loss. Neighbors say they're traumatized by what happened.
Don't cry for me.
Friends and family say Curtis Marsh loved to sing and had a strong sense of style.
We love Curtis. He was a very special person to us in our life.
The 53-year-old was a member of the Oakland Gay Men's Chorus.
He just was a very accomplished musician. Beautiful, beautiful voice.
But the singer's voice was silenced suddenly, just before 8 Saturday morning. Police say he was stabbed and killed in his apartment near Lake Merritt. A neighbor who wishes to remain anonymous describes what she heard and saw.
I heard screams, help, help, help.
I got up. A neighbor on the 4th floor started screaming and hollering that Curtis was dead, and I was able to view his body. He was laying on his balcony, bloody.
Neighbors say the person who killed Marsh also set a fire by the entrance to the apartment and left the front door and gate open when running from the scene.
This is scary, you know, for the tenants, and I fear for my life.
Police say no one's been arrested and did not give a motive.
I just can't believe it still.
Dee Dee Twine tells me she and Marsh have known each other since the 6th grade, and the two friends moved from Iowa to the Bay Area in 1995 when they were in their mid-20s. Twine says Marsh helped her raise her children and grandson.
For the life of me, I cannot imagine who would want to, put him in harm's way. Curtis has been good to a lot of people.
Friends say Marsh embraced life. He worked as a hairstylist and performed as a drag queen.
He did.
Oh, he's doing drag queen story time and shit like that, man.
Lord. What percentage of the 6% of Sun men in San Francisco are zesty?
Yeah, there's no way I could live out there.
A bunch of homeless zesty subject. God, that's a goddamn.
You know what? I bet that correlates pretty closely.
Yeah, that is fucking a rough place, Jack.
Drag queen.
He did Curtis, and that's what we loved about him.
Neighbors say Marsh had lived in this apartment building for 15 years and was well liked.
I hope whoever done this to Curtis will be prosecuted to the fullest because he didn't deserve it.
When they took him away from my family,
Hopefully they're a glider.
They stole a treasure.
Marsh's family plans to hold a vigil for him in front of his apartment Saturday morning. His family plans to ship his remains back to his hometown in Burlington, Iowa. Mike?
And let's hope the tips.
All right, let's do it.
Wasn't the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir the one that was singing about we're gonna groom your children or some shit a couple years back? Anybody remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if it was them or not.
it was them.
It was
Salute to
a woman is in jail.
them.
Yeah. I mean, God, dog, man.
Bunch of great people.
Yeah, that's a rough place out there, man. For $5 million, though, I mean, goddamn, I see why they're giving people $5 million to move out there, man. Shit.
A woman is in jail tonight after police say she went into her son's school and assaulted two people. Memphis police are telling us tonight those two people are staff members. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. WREG's Marcus Hunter took a deeper dive into that report and brings us the very latest.
A Memphis woman who police say assaulted two teacher assistants inside a school was in court this morning. According to MPD, 38-year-old Shayna Disrow entered Sharp Elementary through a door that was supposed to be locked and immediately became verbally aggressive with the assistants. The assistants told police Disrow felt her son was being disrespected. The police...
Listen, man, disrespect. I don't know what I could compare it to with Gladys. What can you compare something that like would cause you to like just not have any fucking caution for your well-being or the well-being of others or your fucking freedom? Something that just make you want to throw everything away. What do you Gladys have that's like that? For there's disrespect is for us.
I think their property line, right? Their property line
being called chicken.
Probably their children.
Yeah, I mean, I would say family members,
Family
loved ones, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not getting into any conflicts if I can avoid it and it's not something that's dear to me, right? I mean, that's just none of this shit is fucking worth it, in my opinion.
What about you on burritos? What do y'all have? Is it like your fucking lady or some shit? I don't know.
I think like our gang,
your tool belt,
right? Our tool bikes on the pickup truck.
Trash talk, abuela.
But you know what? I mean, the way these teachers talk nowadays, I don't even know anymore. Maybe they had it coming.
Fisherman, I definitely thought you were going to say the refrigerator.
The mini fridges in the taco trucks. You stay away from them things.
her son was being disrespected. The police affidavit says after one assistant asked Disrow to sign a disciplinary form regarding her child acting out, the mother allegedly acted out, swinging her fist at one of the assistants, missing her, and hitting the assistant standing next to her. Police say Disrow's son then pushed one of the assistants. Disrow was arrested and charged with assault. The suspect allegedly entered the unlocked door in the back of the school near the cafeteria. If Governor Bill Lee has his way, that type of violation by a school could cost them financially. Monday, a group of MSCS teachers left Memphis to travel to Nashville to meet with lawmakers, school safety, and a bill that would allow teachers to carry guns in schools are some of the topics they are discussing.
We haven't been through training to carry weapons, so I'm totally against guns in our school district.
We reached out to members of the school board for comments. They either declined to speak or didn't respond to our messages. We do know they are looking to make schools safer. 2 contracts that still need full approval would cost Memphis Shelby County Schools more than $6 million to reinforce security. One proposal includes spending more than $800,000 on everything from security cameras to intercoms and alarm systems. In Memphis, Marcus Hunter, WREG News Channel 3.
And we just received a statement from MSCS saying, quote, "We are disappointed whenever parents don't uphold the principles of good citizenship and we teach our students. The safety of our students and staff is our top priority. According to our review, they say the parent was buzzed in through a locked door during aftercare dismissal, as customary, they say, when parents arrive to pick up their children." All right. Well, according to Memphis police, that parent was not buzzed in, but got in through a door that was supposed to be locked, calling into question yet again safety at schools.
And if that is true, many want to know why a door was left unlocked at the elementary school for unwanted visitors to come in without restriction. WREG investigator Jessica Gertler joins us now live. And Jess, I know that we've been asking the district about this before. Anything new at this point?
Yeah, we're uncovering some new measures, and that's right. We have been uncovering this. This isn't the first time the WREG investigators have uncovered unwanted visitors getting into a school through a door that should have been locked. Back in 2018, we looked into school security after a fight at Ridgeway High. Police say 2 women snuck through an unlocked side door and beat up a girl. That same year at Elsie Elementary, a man reportedly forced his way past an employee taking out the trash and stabbed a woman in the cafeteria. Like Marcus said, this incident was at...
Jesus Christ, man. It's rough over there, man. Man.
How much you want to bet the woman that was a son teacher that ducked that punch, and then the glider woman just didn't expect anything to get violent?
I think
that got hit.
Yeah, maybe so, man. You just gotta schools over. This is the thing about sons, man. Sons don't have these problems with students and parents over in sun countries, man. You just don't have these problems, man.
Right. But I don't know so well, because let's be honest, glider or not, you see that lady and how she's coming, people anticipate violence. The specter of it is there anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, when you listen, man, when you in Nigerian schools or Kenyan schools or schools over there, you don't act up, man. You don't act up. You just do what you're supposed to do. There are terrible consequences for not doing what you're supposed to do over there in Nigerian schools, man. I mean, terrible consequences. You hear me? Terrible consequences. Um, you gotta do what you gotta do what you were told over there in those schools. If you're a kid, there's just it's just no fucking. Listen, man.
You need the casual brutality
Yeah,
that you don't have here, despite all those things that people say.
yeah, it just don't work like
We
that.
gaan naar Kenia, naar meester Mutahi. Een leraar die ook niet snel vergeten zal worden door zijn leerlingen. Hij is een klassieke Keniaanse leraar. Hij zweert bij strikte discipline in de klas.
Hey, silence, silence, silence. Silence. Because we have examinations today, we don't want people who are misbehaving here and there. When a child makes noise in class, what we normally do is to cancel them. We have to talk to them, and of course we warn them. Very far. What were you doing?
Praten en hier en daar een waarschuwing. Onze correspondente Bertha vraagt zich af of meester Mutahi echt gelooft dat je daarmee die schoolkinderen in toom kan houden.
Do you think some misbehavior is called for more than just counseling? You know, like maybe even the Bible says spare the rodents. But
Okay, now what happens if I were to be asked? I would say that it is not bad to cane pupils. But you see now, the current constitution in our country states that you are not supposed to do any kind of caning. So now that is where now the challenge is.
Keniaanse leraren konden tot voor kort vrijelijk naar de stok grijpen als het
All these kids score better than black kids in America, and they go to school in fucking dirt. There's no fucking central air, just a fucking tent.
There's no roof.
Fucking tent.
gedrag van een leerling ze niet aanstond. Maar sinds 2010 staat in de Keniaanse grondwet dat lijfstraffen verboden zijn. Daarom moet meneer Mutahi zich tegenwoordig dus inhouden.
Can you go away? Go away. Can you correct this? Correct this? Correct this? Good morning, pupils. Okay, we are now going to have science for this lesson.
how do you think caning helps the students?
For example, you might find a boy who beats another one deliberately.
Okay.
And where they know very well that it is bad to beat somebody because you can injure that person. Something needs to be done, just more than just talking. More than just talking.
Een leraar die van oudsher geleerd heeft dat een pak slagen een effectieve opvoedmethode is, wil soms dus nog wel eens terugvallen in oud gedrag.
They've been very strict.
It's very strict. If now people are not speaking in English, people are not obeying, maybe they're being told not to go there, they go not to the discipline. Or even you kneel for an whole hour.
Okay. What else?
You can even stand the lesson. If you don't stand when the teacher comes in and you don't greet him or her, you stand the whole lesson. Written punishments, to watch classes. Thoroughly. It's painful.
Well, should be. What did you do?
Because some people are making noise now, the whole class have been beaten.
With what?
No.
Yes. So? A whip. Yes. Okay. You think it's a good thing? Well,
I mean, there's no way you could keep that many Sun people in control without. I don't think you keep that many glider kids in control without whipping them. I don't think there's any you can keep that many tiger kids under control without whipping them.
Because 1 to 100 like that? Probably not. I don't
It's
know.
not a money issue. That's why. This is the way they used to teach me in Catholic school. It's the same thing. You feared the teacher, and they had a chalk and a blackboard, and that was it.
You feared your parents too.
Yeah.
A ruler.
I'd
Oh,
love to give those kids a standardized test to see if they scored higher than Baltimore. That'd be
of
hilarious.
course they do. Of course they do. Because when they're getting that lesson, you you get that lesson, Jack. You got to fucking pay attention, Jack. Man, listen, man. They don't play that. They're doing this shit because the cameras are there, man. When them cameras leave, man, they be beating the shit out those kids.
For the
man.
cameras, they say we only cane them a little bit now.
Yeah. When they leave, they be beating the shit out those kids, man. Let me oh shit, man. What is this? What happened here?
First at 11, we are getting a new look tonight at a deadly shooting in southeast Atlanta.
The tragedy unfolding in the middle of the afternoon along a very busy stretch of road. The victim's family identifying him as 22-year-old Lenoris McFadden from Lithonia. He was one of 5 siblings. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live for us this evening outside the restaurant on Hill Street where the shooting took place. And Cody, you actually have 2 different videos here of this incident.
Jennifer, I'm about to show you 2 completely different vantage points of this shooting, which happened right here behind me at American Deli. It's just after 3:40 on Thursday afternoon. You're looking from the Texaco station across Hill Street in southeast Atlanta at American Deli. You see 2 cars from the opposite direction pull into the parking lot at the same time. The light-colored one pulls in front of the restaurant. The dark-colored sedan backs into a side parking lot. And check this out. 20 seconds later, an Atlanta police officer drives by the restaurant unaware of what's about to go down. Next, you see at least 4 people between both cars get out and walk into American Deli. 13 seconds later, you see a person run out past the townhomes next door. Then you see another run out towards the front of the building. And then a third person running behind him. Again, this is the moment believed to be when the first shots are fired and the 3 take off running. In a second surveillance video from a Shell station next door to American Deli, you see a man run from the deli towards the Shell station filled with customers who have no idea what's happening. As the guy turns, you see a gun in his hand, and those around him soon realize what's going down. You then see him run towards Hill Street, heading back in the direction towards the deli, where witnesses say shots were fired. Back over at the Texaco station across the street, surveillance video captures the victim being shot. Now, we stopped the video before the victim, whose family identified him as Lenoris McFadden, collapses. On scene, you can see the aftermath, a shattered door at the deli, and then multiple evidence markers in the parking lot next door at the Shell station, marking several shell casings. But check out what you don't see within the crime scene tape. Remember, there were 2 cars which pulled in at the same time. And by the time police got on scene and roped off the parking lot, only the dark sedan is still there, backed in its spot. I'll tell you what, when you watch those 2 different videos, there could have been a lot more lives lost here. There were dozens of people around this area filling up with gas who took cover when those shots rang out. As of this hour, Atlanta police have not released any information on the shooter or more about that vehicle that's missing in that crime scene. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more from Atlanta police.
Man.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock.
Salute the Deluxe 247, a.k.a. Cal Ripken, coming through once again. Yeah, somebody said show West Africa. A lot of those West African school videos I can't show you because they're literally whipping those kids. Like, they're whipping the soul out of those kids. And those kids aren't even screaming. They're just taking it. They just kneel down, take it, and get up and run off. And then the next one comes and gets their whipping. That's Rumble only.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office now responding after a violent encounter between a suspect and police was captured on cell phone video. And just hours ago, JSO released 2 body cam videos of that incident. It happened 2 nights ago during a traffic stop in a store parking lot off Kings Road. The family of 30-year-old Natra Jones said that he was beaten by officers. Jones charged with resisting arrest and possessing cocaine and drug paraphernalia.
And he was released from jail this morning after posting bond. News4Jax reporter Eric Avanier joins us live from JSO headquarters now to break down the video and the arrest. Eric?
Well, Mary, all three of those videos are very disturbing, and despite how bad it looks, investigators.
What's disturbing about it, punk? What the fuck you mean it's disturbing? What's disturbing about it? Making an arrest.
He's disturbed deep in his racial soul.
That last video was disturbing.
Well, Mary, all three of those videos are very disturbing, and despite how bad it looks, investigators here at JSO headquarters say the officers involved did not violate any state laws or JSO policies. In this cell phone video, we see a scuffle between 30-year-old Natra Jones and more than one police officer trying to arrest him after finding cocaine and drug paraphernalia during a traffic stop. From this angle, we can't see what Jones is doing with his hands, but we can see what appears to be officers striking Jones in an attempt to place handcuffs on him. 46 seconds into the video, one officer appears to be holding Jones from behind, while another officer has him in a headlock and delivers 2 uppercut blows.
Now, here's my thing. A reasonable person can assume that is a reason that this is not normal behavior for the officer. Officers just don't come over, put you in a headlock, and start punching. There's got to be something. We can't see what he's doing with his hands. Well, he's doing something with his hands that's not nice for that guy to punch him.
Has him in a headlock and delivers 2 uppercut blows to his face. He eventually goes down, and then we hear him being tased. This man says he was out here when it happened.
And you had one police officer just growling on him with this nightstick. You know, it didn't make no sense.
Another angle of the encounter.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, this guy is, an expert on making sense, I'm sure.
The hat says,
it didn't make no sense.
Another angle of the encounter was from one of the officer's body cameras as police were attempting to put Jones into handcuffs.
All right, right now, I mean, he should be in handcuffs. Look, at this point, I've been in this position a few times, man. You just put your hands behind your back, man, and they clap cuffs on, and they put you in the car, and they grab the top of your head, duck your head down so you don't hit your head. Off to the station you go, man.
As police were attempting to put Jones into handcuffs, this happened.
You're about to get stop, or I'm gonna put you on the ground. Stop, or I'm gonna put you on the ground. You're gonna get.
Then we hear Jones being tased.
Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
From this third angle, we see more of what's happening, and we hear one of the officers say he's got a gun.
He's got a gun. He has a gun. Guns hard. I don't got no gun. What y'all talking about a gun?
Prior to the release of the body cam video, former JSO officer turned security expert James Brown was only able to see the cell phone video. He says seeing a suspect getting punched in the face while in a headlock was troubling.
It's very dangerous because you got an individual's head, which is, you got the carotid artery, the neck. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with that, especially with the head being in that lock and you got the individual's body weight and then delivering punches.
Brown also says that when you have multiple officers on scene, there should be a coordinated effort to take a suspect into custody to avoid the appearance of police brutality.
If you have multiple officers going after one individual, you can easily get confused in the struggle to where you're working against yourselves.
Now, although in that body cam video, we hear one of the officers say he has a gun, no gun was found in Jones's possession. Court records show that Jones has a long criminal history involving the sale of illegal narcotics. Now, his mother told me over the phone earlier today that despite his criminal background, she felt her son did not deserve to be beaten. Reporting live from outside JSO headquarters, Eric Avignon, Channel 4.
He wasn't even beat. Just got a couple of shots to the jaw. Calm down.
Hey, that criminal record gives them front line to the reparations in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's just insane, man, how annoying some people are, man. We are fucking annoying, man.
Popping right now. Investigators reveal a major development in the case of a local dad's murder. His ex-wife's husband now charged. The evidence that might be a paper trail connecting the new suspect with the man who admitted to pulling the trigger.
I was wrong on this
And a new
one.
sketch released of a man accused of raping someone in their home. What happened when police brought dogs to search the area? That's just ahead.
Kent, that Florida sunshine, it's not going to last forever. I'll tell you when. Seasonal weather could be ruining your weekend and sweeping through the area.
News 4 Jax. Local is what matters most. Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
A major development in the murder of local father Jared Bridegan. This man, Mario Fernandez, who's married to Bridegan's ex-wife, is now in jail, charged in the killing. For the first
when your ex-wife leaves you for a sun man or a sun glider, in this case, man, that's trouble, right? What do you gliders think about that? The gliders on the panel. Do y'all think that that's is that trouble?
I think that's a sun burrito.
I mean, he could be a sun burrito or a sun glider. Well, he's a sun something. So, like, is that something that like you guys would be on your radar? Or would you just be like, oh well, you know, this is her new husband, or would you be thinking like would you be on guard about it?
I just completely detached from her. I want nothing to do with her.
But your kids, hold on, your kids.
Beyond that, I would have nothing to do with her.
He was dropping off his kids. Was he the kid in that from his previous relationship, right?
I think so, something like that. But yeah, he ended up. Let's see.
Jared Bridegan. This man, Mario Fernandez, who's married to Bridegan's ex-wife, is now in jail, charged in the killing. For the first time, the state attorney revealed this man was the shooter, Henry Tenen. He rented a home from Fernandez.
We know Henry Tenen did not act alone. And Tenen has confirmed this to be true.
Bridegan's widow says today's announcement brings many emotions.
We have fought hard for the truth, and the world now knows what we have known all along, that Jared truly was an innocent victim.
Who do you think she knew that her husband had devised this master plot to kill her ex-husband? Or you think she's completely innocent? She didn't know.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
I think she probably lied about him and told that guy shit about what he did to her. And that's
Glider women got really good PR.
Yeah.
I give them that.
Well, they have magical tears.
Right now, 34-year-old Mario Fernandez is sitting at the Orange County Jail in Central Florida. He was arrested in Kissimmee this morning, just before that major announcement.
The arrest warrant also reveals details that we've never heard before, such as financial transactions between these two, Fernandez and Tenen. And we've learned more about their phone records the month of the murder. News 4 Jax I-Team investigator Vic Michelucci has been following this case from the beginning. And Vic, we also learned today Henry Tenen pleaded guilty to Bridegan's murder and agreed to testify.
Yes, he says he's going to talk about everyone involved in this case. We don't have a full list of who all is involved in this case because it's still an active investigation. But we now know that there are 2 murder arrests. You know, this happened right behind me on this dark stretch of wooded roadway on February 16th, 2022, exactly 13 months ago today. And the community around here, family members, people across the country say they're living in fear because of this case.
We are now 13 months since Jared's murder, and we have not stopped working.
Jacksonville Beach's police chief and the state attorney today announced an arrest many people had been hoping for. Law enforcement in the Orlando area arrested 34-year-old Mario Fernandez Saldana. He's married to Jared Bridegan's ex-wife.
That might just be an hombrito, man. Let me take the sun out of that, man. That's just an hombrito, man.
Mario Fernandez?
Yeah, that's just an hombrito, man.
Grand jury indicted him on first-degree murder and other charges this morning.
This is a capital felony, punishable by death or mandatory life in prison.
In January, we reported that police arrested this 61-year-old man, Henry Tenen, for being involved in the murder. This morning, He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, admitting to being the shooter and agreeing to testify against those who helped in the murder. The single link between Tenon and Bridegan was Fernandez Saldana. You'll remember we reported that Tenon rented this Jacksonville home, which Fernandez Saldana owned. Can you answer why? What is the motive here?
At this point, you're going to receive a packet of information, including the arrest warrant this morning. It's heavily redacted, and we're going to continue, because this remains an active criminal investigation, to be limited in the factual information that we provide, Vic.
We now have that warrant, which shows Tenon's bank records had 3 handwritten checks from Fernandez Saldana. Cell records show the two had 35 phone contacts in February, the month of the murder, then 30 in March, and 5 to 9 in May and June. And then there's the tire in the road, which caused Bridegan to stop moments before the ambush. His daughter still strapped in the backseat of the SUV.
The tire was purposely placed there to make him stop, which he did.
The warrant says it belongs to a Ford F-150, which matches the truck in this surveillance video, which police released early on. Neighbors say that truck belongs to Tenon. Bridegan's widow, siblings, and parents say today was another step in the right direction.
We are here today feeling many emotions. We have great relief knowing that 2 of the people behind my husband's murders are now behind bars and are no longer a threat to our family. We are also still angry that they were walking free.
And the family members believe that there's a mass conspiracy here. They do not think that this case is closed right now, but they're not giving further comments about it to protect the integrity of the investigation. There are still a lot of questions about Shayna Gardner Fernandez. She is Jared Bridegan's ex-wife, who then married Mario Fernandez. Well, she moved to Washington State this year. She's there with the 2 older children, which she shared with Jared Bridegan. She has maintained her innocence since the beginning. I did leave a message with her attorney, Jacksonville attorney Hank Cox, just a few minutes ago to see if he had any comment. Waiting to hear back.
Wow. Glad it got whacked out, man. There's no outrage. There's no y'all need a Reverend Crump. I mean,
he got
Crump.
marked by the Black and Brown Coalition. I want justice.
Yeah, you need a Crump, man, to make a big deal about these things. You gliders don't have y'all don't play the game right.
I mean,
That would be racist.
Civil rights law.
No, that would be racist if they complained about design.
That's true. That is true. It would definitely be considered racist. Oh God, you guys are behind the 8 ball, man. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one right here. This is a good one.
The father of Kamaya Mobley, who was kidnapped from a Jacksonville hospital right after birth and then found 18 years later, says Kamaya's younger brother was killed in a double shooting. Tonight, we're learning a 17-year-old.
This is the girl. This girl, she was on Iyanla Van Lance Fix My Life, because her mom turned out to be a woman that kidnapped her from the hospital.
Wow.
And then she met her real family, and she still wanted to. She wanted to still live with her mom. She forgave her mom, and she still had Stockholm syndrome with her mom, and it was a real fucking big thing on Black Twitter and Black Instagram. This was a couple years ago. So now we finding out that her brother, by her, I think her father had a bunch of kids, or her mother might have had some more kids too, but damn, it's just fucked up, man. Black's big bowl of sad, man.
The father of Kamaya Mobley, who was kidnapped from a Jacksonville hospital right after birth and then found 18 years later, says Kamaya's younger brother was killed in a double shooting. Tonight, we're learning a 17-year-old Riewald High School student has been arrested in connection with that shooting Wednesday. News for Jax reporter Khalil Maycock spoke with Craig Aiken today and is joining us now live. Khalil Aiken, clearly this has got to be very hard for him.
Aiken says since he found out his son was killed, he says the days have been cloudy. And he says this is also hard for him because he says it wasn't too long ago that he just got his daughter back. And now to learn that his son has died is too much for him.
I get a call from his kid's mother. And she was just crying and screaming and told me they killed Crayvon.
Craig Aiken says since he
His
learned of his
kid's
son
mother,
Crayvon's
Christ.
death Wednesday.
Crayvon.
17-year-old Craven. Good thing he got to reproduce.
And told me they killed Crayvon.
Craig Aiken says since he learned of his son Crayvon's death Wednesday, he's having a hard time dealing with reality. The 20-year-old was one of two men killed in Arlington in a double shooting. The 17-year-old Ribault High student was arrested in connection to that incident, but no murder charges have been filed. According to this arrest report, a woman told police she was lying in bed and heard someone rattling the door. Then she heard 6 gunshots. Crayvon and another man were found dead with visible gunshot wounds to their body. The 17-year-old is charged with car theft, possession of a firearm by a juvenile delinquent, resisting police, and possession of marijuana.
I don't even know how to describe the feeling that you feel. Like you just hurt, like you just, it take a part of you to lose one of your kids.
Crayvon was the youngest of 8 children and leaves behind 2 of his own. This is him with his son.
I raised him well, I did everything I could from him. He graduated. I never missed a holiday, a birthday, I didn't buy stuff on my birthday, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was something else I could have gave him to survive out there.
Crayvon is the younger brother of...
Could have moved away from Blackistan, but of course,
Is it possible that getting kidnapped was maybe kind of a good thing for that girl?
You know what, man?
She ended up living longer than Crayvon did.
Like it was something else I could have gave him to survive out there.
Crayvon is the younger brother of Kamaya Mobley. She was kidnapped from a hospital after birth by Gloria Williams in 1998. Mobley was reunited with her family in 2017 after living with Williams for 18 years. Williams was sentenced to 18 years in prison. And Aiken says although Crayvon was younger than Kamaya, once they were reunited, he treated her like the little sister.
He always tried to treat his older sisters like they was his youngest, you know what I'm saying? He always just, like I said, just play around
And Aiken says he and his family will be gathering tomorrow to remember his son. And he also says he wants to make sure something like this doesn't happen to other families in the future. Reporting live, Bill Maycock, Channel 4, the local station.
Come on, man. That's not realistic, trying to make that, that's going to happen 30, 40 times a day in America. What is he talking about?
Yeah, Christ, spare us that much at least.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again. Really? Come on, man.
One day, right?
We shall overcome.
One of these killings is gonna make the whole black community wake up and rise up as one.
Yeah, man. It's like, come on, man. There's no solution, man. There's no fucking solution. All right, let me.
I'm still waiting on the Tigers and the Hombritos to step up and handle the problem.
Oh, you fucking punk ass glider, man. Why don't you handle it? You gonna wait on the fucking Hombritos to do your dirty work? Scott Adams would fucking spit on you if he saw you.
The Prophet Adams.
Man, I had
Praise
cracked
be
that
upon him.
fucking cue ball head motherfucker in his jaw so fast.
Wait, you're gonna fight Scott Adams but not the Sun Man?
We've been fighting him forever. It don't fucking work. Let the
But I
Hombritos handle
can't
it.
abide that though. Can't be hitting the Prophet like that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That dude's a bitch.
You really gonna
You're gonna pop Scott Adams before you're gonna pop the Sun Man. I can't believe that. Where's our glider unity?
Yeah, man, this is crazy, man. You gotta take the bull by the horns, Glider. Let the wind beneath your wings, man. Fuck are you talking about? Let the burritos handle it, man. The burritos are gonna fuck. They don't have white guilt. We need y'all to handle it with a gentle hand, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the real angle. Here comes the real angle. Y'all scared like a motherfucker. Everybody else, y'all want that. Y'all don't want to lose your fucking diapers and your goddamn pacifier. That's a fucking problem.
We need y'all got a gentle hand, man.
Okay, Charleston White. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
the Gladiators need to ask themselves what would Stonewall Jackson do.
Oh God, no man.
He'd bring about Glider-geddon. That's what he would do.
Right now, if they saw this shit, oh my God. I mean, they were
Raise
doing
the black flag.
Listen, man, if one of them gliders if a glider from 60, 70 years ago, like, God, let's say you're frozen somewhere, like Encino Man or something, and they brought him back to life or some shit. And he saw what was going on now. Oh my God, man. Jesus Christ. He'd like, kill me again. Fuck this shit, man. I mean, God damn.
Police also need your help. They're searching for 4 suspects accused of attacking and robbing a 13-year-old boy on Staten Island. It happened in the area of Forest Hill Road and Willowbrook Road. This is in the Manor Heights section on March 4th. Investigators say one suspect sprayed the teen in the face with an unknown substance, while the second suspect punched him. Police say the other 2 took the victim's backpack and money. The 13-year-old was taken to an area hospital with minor injuries. But if you recognize these individuals, call Crime Stoppers at number 800-577-TIPS.
New tonight, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is warning everyone not to fall for fake food deliveries.
They shared this video with us tonight of a woman doing just that so her friends could try to break into a home. It happened in the Harmony subdivision in Spring, and our Zach Tawatari is there.
These scare. I mean, it's getting scary out here, man. You can't even fucking open your door for a fucking Amazon package, a fucking DoorDash.
There tonight, Zach.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. Ordering food is something almost everyone does, and neighbors tell us that they've been circulating that video in hopes of catching the people who did it.
The Montgomery County Sheriff sharing video showing a woman pretending to be a DoorDash driver delivering a meal to a home on Emerald Vista Drive in Spring.
Smash.
Looking at her phone, knocking on the door, but all, as police say, 4 people tried to break in the backyard. It happened about a week and a half ago in the early morning.
Holy shit. That's terrifying. Jesus Christ.
For Mossy, that would be target practice.
Oh yeah,
Mossy would body 2 before they got over the wall.
This is the part where they step on the claymores.
Yeah, man.
See, we know it's not gliders because he didn't fall down in that pool or whatever.
And look, they're all tugging on their pants before they hop over the fence. They got all of them have to literally pull up their pants before they hop over the fence. Mossy, man. Mossy would love this. Mossy is like literally, he dreams about this happening. This is not a bad thing. This is what he wants.
Yeah, Mossy sits in his living room with all the lights off at night in the dark with the gun across his lap.
Just waiting.
Just waiting.
I wish a son man would.
It happened about a week and a half ago in the early morning hours in this Spring subdivision. Neighbors we spoke to say it's the way it all went down that's unsettling.
The DoorDash, that was super scary because everybody uses DoorDash. And if DoorDash came to my house at 2 a.m, I probably wouldn't answer the door, but there's a lot of people that would.
That couple says they've lived here 7 years and have never heard of anything like this happening before.
Officials recommend never opening a door for a delivery you're not expecting. And if you are expecting a food delivery, to even have the driver leave it outside the door. If you know anything about this situation, you're urged to call the Montgomery County Sheriff. In Spring, Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 News.
There are still questions to be answered about how a group of teenagers stole 3 racehorses and rode them down the street before a deadly crash early this morning. Hello and good evening again. A 14-year-old is dead tonight after he and 2 other teenagers were hit by a car as they were riding stolen horses. It happened about 5:30 this morning along I-40.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that these are gliders that stole the horses.
I don't know about that.
Where is
I
that?
was assuming that, but I have not been able to determine that that was factual.
I'm gonna go with them burritos, but you just never know.
Here's the thing: the horse owner is a son man.
How do you know that?
Because he's on video.
Oh my God! Don't tell me these sons are stealing horses.
This is beyond reckoning.
You watch them try to sue him now.
They're dead.
No, not the kids, but the family.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're gonna try and sue him because he didn't have his horses locked up properly or something. Bullshit.
Damn.
But you know what? The penalty for stealing a horse was hanging, so this might be actually a good thing if they start stealing horses.
5 in Great Trinity Forest Way in East Oak Cliff. 2 of the 3 stolen horses are dead as well. Fox Sports' Sean Rabb has more on what he found out about this accident today. Sean.
Yeah, the horse owner tells me he was watching the news this morning and he knew deep down inside that the horses were his. What he didn't know is that the person who lost their life was only 14 years old.
Well, I didn't realize that he was that young. He was 14-year-old. They make some bad choices, and I'm kind of the victim of the bad choices.
Lorenza Gooch owned the 3 horses stolen by 3 teenagers that were hit by a vehicle on Great Trinity Forest Way at I-45. A 14-year-old died. Gooch lost 2 of his 3 horses.
6-year-old Gillen, Waco Sasser kid, and a 2-year-old Payson filly. Belly wind me up.
The East Oak Cliff interchange was shut down for hours.
They had everything blocked off. They let us in because we were on the corner, and that's when we saw the horses and the one guy in the street.
Scott Riegler works nearby. He thought about the consequences of what happened.
Somebody's going to have to get that phone call this morning that their son's not coming home.
Police first reported it was a hit and run, but the driver did stay on the scene and has not been charged.
The driver was what?
Damn, P. Ann said probably street kids the horse owner was trying to rehabilitate. I wonder if that's the case, man.
He should have said somebody's gonna get a phone call telling them their horses aren't coming back. That would have been funny.
Somebody with a phone call that their little 14-year-old was fucking hit while riding a horse down the highway.
A stolen horse.
Yeah.
Horse. Yeah, I wonder though if they get any more information. I bet these guys didn't even know how to ride a horse. They just fucking jumped on it. And...
Let me just tell you this though, man. From what I know about horses, is that like either you know how to ride one or you don't, because you ain't getting up on a fucking horse if that motherfucker like it. Just to get on top of it takes a level of bravery and just know-how. Like you're not, if you're not built like that, if you're just some little punk city kid and you can count on a horse, you ain't just getting up there, man. You gotta know something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to maneuver it.
That motherfucker's a wild animal. If you ever seen horses like up close, those fuckers are huge and they're muscular and they are fucking strong.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you're fitting to find out.
Yeah, and those hooves will fucking kill you. They'll break your fucking bones.
The buck. I'm not talking about the hooves. I'm talking about like if he don't want you to get on his ass, you ain't got a shot in hell of getting on his ass. So I think these kids knew something about horses.
Well, that is true. Yeah, they may have even known the horses, because I'm surprised the horses would run.
That's why I'm thinking, like, what if this guy is doing, like, counseling some troubled youths?
They would have said that though. I think they would have.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Hey, what if what if the Sunmen are gonna start cattle rustling? Bring it back.
Good, man.
Why not? You know they're doing everything else.
Yeah, the penalty for stealing the horses is death by hanging, man.
What about for cattle?
I'm sure it's something similar to that, man. Bring back the Old West, man.
And has not been charged.
She was either fell or something here. She scarred on the right side, little sore in the hind.
We caught up with Lorenzo Gooch and his third horse, Logo Winner, at Lone Star Equine Hospital. The teens were riding in saddles, but Gooch says the saddles were not his. He races his horses on the pro circuit.
They have never been ridden. We pull the sulky. We call it sulky. We have a jaw cart, and we have one we call a racing bike. I race in Iowa and Minnesota. I leave normally the summer and basically gone all summer.
This is the first time Gooch has had horses stolen, but Almond Livingston has had his horses stolen twice.
Bro,
Each
was the
time
thing
he
hooked
tells
up?
me recovering them.
Was he on the horse or was he in the little carriage thing in the back? Was that what was going on?
He said the horses have never been ridden. So these kids
were in the back. They horse-jacked this thing.
Well, he did say they brought their own saddles.
Yeah, they brought their own saddles. So they had saddles. So they were riding it.
They were riding.
They're gonna go shoot up the abs and the horse.
Jesus Christ.
Io Silver.
Jesus, man, this is an insane story.
This is the first time Gooch has had horses stolen, but Almond Livingston has had his horses stolen twice. Each time he tells me recovering them.
It's a sentimental value to me.
Lorenzo Gooch says after this, he thinks he's done with horses.
It's enough obstacles in trying to race horses and enjoy the sport, and have your horses stolen and lose them this way, and have to be concerned about someone stealing your horses and abusing them after they steal them.
There was also a 16 and 17-year-old on those stolen horses with the 14-year-old. They were taken to a local hospital. Dallas police have said not much else about their condition. Steve?
New at 10, an 18-year-old man killed in front of his younger nieces and nephews, including a 1-year-old and a 6-year-old. His family says he tried protecting them while they were driving in a car when shots were fired. Our Charlie DeMar sat down with his family and joins us live from Chicago Police Headquarters tonight. Charlie.
And Erica, good evening. Robert Santos is remembered as a teenager who loved his family. His sister told me this afternoon that she picked him up from school yesterday afternoon, and a short time later, that single bullet came flying through their car.
He did protect my kids. He took care of us to the very end.
In his final moments, 18-year-old Robert Santos is being honored for shielding his nieces and nephews from gunfire Monday afternoon near Western and 58th. His sister Angela was driving. Her 16, 6, and 1-year-old kids were in the car along with Santos.
There was a car full of kids. We picked him up first, and we were going to the laundromat.
We spoke with Angela at New Beginnings Church. She says Robert got in the back seat after school. Angela, who asked us not to use her last name, drove less than a mile before the shot busted through the car.
A car came flying past us, and it sounded like they threw something at the window. And Robert's like, I'm hit. It did hit like the metal part of my car, and one shot only, and it hit him in his back, and he died.
Angela rushed her brother to the closest hospital, but he later died.
And I blame myself because I said I didn't get there fast enough.
Now, so far, no arrests have been made. Angela believes that her brother was set up by somebody that he knew. The family has also set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. We are live tonight from Chicago Police Headquarters.
Jeez.
Damn, bro.
Christ. What a fucking dangerous fucking place, man. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
But the food's real good though.
And we're getting our first look at the mugshot.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Let's do one more city, man. Let's get out of here early tonight, man. Give me a city, man.
What about New Orleans? Have you been there lately?
We did New Orleans last night, man.
I'm gonna have to look at that. I've been wanting to see what's going on.
Yeah. I did last night.
What about STL?
St. Louis. All right, man. St. Louis, man. Yeesh.
The mother of a Jefferson County detainee has concerns about her ability to find out information about her son while he is in intensive care. Fox News' Jeff Bernthal spoke with her tonight about the answers she's looking for.
Raina Ray tells us it was another inmate who informed her family that her son Cedric, who was being held at the Jefferson County Detention Center, was taken to a hospital. She since learned it's possible a fentanyl overdose is to blame and that her son has been on a ventilator at an area ICU.
If this is a facility where outside visitors are not allowed, how on earth did fentanyl get into this facility? What's going on?
The Jefferson County Sheriff confirms an inmate is being treated at a local hospital for what is believed to be an overdose, but adds privacy obligations prohibit discussing the health of individual inmates. We've reported in the past on this body scanner that's used at the Jefferson County Jail to help detect contraband, but still the sheriff says jails across the country have challenges because a small amount, sometimes hidden in a body cavity, can produce a high. Ray is unable to visit her son in the hospital. According to the sheriff's department, detainees cannot be visited at a medical facility for safety reasons unless medical staff determine their condition is terminal.
I don't understand why I would be arrested for going to check on my family member who is in the ICU on a ventilator.
Coming up on Fox 2 News at 10, why Ray believes she should be receiving more information from the sheriff's department. We'll have the department's response. Jeff Bernthal, Fox 2 News.
Questions for St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner after a murder case involving a teen high school student is dropped.
The office won't talk about it, but Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes found the dismissal stems from the circuit attorney's alleged mishandling of evidence. Chris joins us with the story you'll see only on Fox. Chris.
Shirley, Mike, defendant Levi Henning is no longer charged with the first-degree murder of former Parkway High student Cariel Doss. You will find no evidence of the case when you search court records, and we've been asking the circuit attorney's office why. We found out today when we showed up to court. We reported on the murder here behind a Baptist church in 2020. Doss was found shot in the head on a Franklin Avenue sidewalk in April of that year. The 18-year-old student was just about to graduate Parkway West High School. Fox 2 has now learned the murder charges against the accused was dismissed after allegations the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office failed to turn over evidence. How does something like that happen?
There's only two ways that it can happen. One is gross negligence, and the other is willful denial of my client's constitutional rights.
W. David Mueller represents the man first accused. Mueller was in court today intending to argue his motions to dismiss. Those filings called out the state's failure to disclose evidence, such as at least 8 witnesses, a DNA report, and the victim's Facebook messages and friend contacts.
I've identified in my brief time on this case 4 alternative suspects. One where there's a fair amount of evidence against them, 3 others that I believe had contact with the deceased shortly before her death that have never been even interviewed.
Mueller also alleged, quote, on April 8th, 2022, the state finally supplemented discovery for the 4th time, providing the full DNA.
Jesus Christ. This place is a fucking mess, man. This place is a fucking mess.
The county sheriff and 2.
This place is a fucking mess.
Meanwhile, St. Louis police need your help finding 2 suspects in a carjacking from last month. Take a look here. These 2 teens wanted for allegedly carjacking a man at a BP gas station on South Grand February 15th. The victim says he was pumping gas when one of the
Nah, it couldn't be them.
teens
He's got
approached
a fucking purse and he's got his fucking pants like level with like his pants are like literally like between his knees and his fucking waist.
That shit is a little suspect, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know, very much so, man.
It looks so
pointed a
limited.
gun and demanded his
It
car
li-
keys. Both
it's
of
a
them got
limited.
away in his
Yeah, but
2017
they know how to walk with that. They like walk like a duck and shit. They like
But
walk, you
but
know.
even that walk, it just seems so limiting. You know, like
Why not?
if they were to try putting the belt on right eye, they would be stunned at how fucking much better it is.
I think built from a health perspective, bro. It seems like that could really mess up your knees and your feet, like long term.
Yeah, range of motion.
Hip wise too, like you can't even move your
Right.
leg.
Just quality of life, period. You know, like trust me, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Like all some man listening, trust me.
Take it from me, man. As someone who used to sag and doesn't no longer sag, like you can like literally like you can like sprint. You can you can like you can do so much shit. You got the shit playing in the background.
Product.
Product. You could do so much shit. Yeah, it's just like it's almost like um self sabotage to wear your pants like that, especially when you're committing crimes. Like you're doing things that where you may have to run, you may have to hop a fence.
Right. Or the ops might pull up on you. I mean, just come on, man. Trust me.
It's like a woman wearing high heels going to do a carjacking, but she's wearing high heels. It's like, why would you do that? Like, no woman would do that. No woman would wear high heels if she was going to carjack.
Maybe it's like a challenge, you know, because they got to
Yeah,
try so much harder now.
yeah,
Limited movement, you know.
But they've been doing this for like ever.
yeah. This is
It's
like
not
Like,
new.
I guess it's a fashion statement, but like, it shit don't like take away from the fact that it looks gay as hell. Like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, like,
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. The way, like, it's annoying, period. But I do appreciate how it has to limit them. So, like, if I was a cop, I appreciate that. Like, that has to slow you down somewhere, right?
yeah. It's bizarre, man. Um, it's bizarre behavior, man. Very bizarre behavior. I used to do that. I used to wear my pants like this every day back in the '90s. This shit, even though I was a more sag, like half sag. I didn't sag this much, but like about like the right here, I would sag. Yeah, about like
Right.
right in the middle.
Yo, but I gotta admit to
approached him.
you, brother. As much as I do hate the sag, what drives me crazy is when they sag and they got the fucking Louis Vuitton belt. It's like you have a fucking belt, bro.
Yeah, it's just bizarre,
I'm
man.
gonna be honest. It looks like he's making himself available. Like, I'm being dead serious because
Yeah,
that shit looks weird.
he looks like one of those guys from San Francisco, man. But this
But
guy's probably straighter than 6 o'clock. I bet you. This is
I'm
just
saying it looks like that because not only that, but he's got like a purse on, bro. Like, this shit is not. It's
That
not.
does look gay, that's for sure.
That looks gay as hell. I'm being dead serious.
no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Pointed a gun and demanded his car keys. Both of them got away in his 2017 Toyota Highlander. The victim's car was later found. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. The number is there at the bottom of the screen for you.
First time we are hearing from the family of the Herman police officer who survived Sunday's tragic shooting.
Officer Adam Sullentrup remains in the ICU at a St. Louis area hospital. We spoke with his wife about how he is doing and her message for everyone who has come out to support the families during this very difficult time.
They really do. This is a great hospital to be at.
Tears of gratitude from Michelle Sullentrup. Since Sunday, the medical staff has been working around the clock to treat her husband.
We're all rooting for him to keep getting better.
Herman police officer 31-year-old Adam Sullentrup and Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith were shot during a confrontation with a suspect at a convenience store. Griffith was killed.
Yes, I've been in touch with his wife. She has a lot going on, obviously, too, but we've been in touch with each other, just being supportive for each other.
Sullentrup has remained in the ICU. Michelle Sullentrup declined to go into detail about her husband's injuries, but she says the family is taking it day by day.
I think just having people around and being able to talk about the good stories, about Adam, and not just focusing on this bad situation that's happened, and looking forward to the future and him getting better.
Are you hopeful?
Yes.
Who killed him? Who killed this guy? Who killed the other cop and who shot this guy? You're like a mystery, man. They're not trying to tell us. Man. That's a red flag right there.
Meanwhile,
One Kenneth Lee Simpson in custody, 35-year-old male.
Kenneth Lee Simpson.
What can you do? Put another one on the board. The country doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think that sounds about sunny, man. It's just throwback Sun, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Just don't know what to do, man.
The county
There's nothing you can be done about
questions
this,
for
the mother of a
this is a problem that there is no solution to, man. Let's see, KSDK. There's no solution to this shit, man. It's just oh my god. There's so much shit, man.
Oh wait, it's a glider.
Oh, good. We get to spread it around a little bit, and then now they can like make a big deal about it. So that's good, man. It's good because you gliders, they can act like it's the cop killings are out of control.
It is, right?
Right now, St. Louis police and businesses in Midtown are trying to figure out how to stop the recent crime spree in that area.
This follows a series of car break-ins near popular attractions like the Armory and the Foundry STL. Alex Fees is live for us this morning in Midtown with the latest efforts. Good morning, Alex.
Michelle and Rennie, good morning. At 11 o'clock this morning, St. Louis police are likely to address crime from this past weekend at both the Armory STL and the Foundry. Now, in the meantime, officials at the Armory STL are taking their own measures to increase security outside their building. Now, the business will have more security outside on both of their parking lots, where hundreds of people park their cars, and officials hope to have most of the new measures in place by Friday. St. Louis police say around 10:30 on Saturday night, 8 cars were broken into in the Goodwill parking lot across from the Armory, and just 20 minutes later, another 12 cars were broken into down the road at City Foundry. Armory STL officials say incidents all over Midtown pushed them to up their security plan, investing roughly $700,000 more than they anticipated to install extra lights, hire armed off-duty police officers to patrol fencing around both lots, and with one way in and one way out, and various cameras.
We're deploying this Visions parking technology, and it's their cameras 24/7.
Salute to the sun, man.
Man, $700,000 there to come up.
How many more cameras? How many more? How many more? The shot trackers. How many more of these? You have to put one up on every block.
Many, many more.
And it doesn't seem to be having any effect on the crime. All it does is let us kind of like see who did it, and then because of criminal justice reform, seeing them on camera doing it doesn't really do anything because they get a bond or they get a short sentence. So it's kind of nullified the effect that the cameras have.
The more as time goes on, I think you said it and someone else. I think people just need to open their minds and see like how, just base level thinking, different races think on certain things. Because the glider mind is very ignorant. To be honest, it seems to all this.
Facts.
Yeah.
They can't, like you said, they cannot comprehend shit like this. Just crazy impulse like decisions like that. They're like
Why would someone act that way?
Shut that! Why would someone act that way? Oh, there's no way he could have done. No, there
It's
is.
a fucking pathology, man. It's everywhere in glider society that you can't. Yeah, you're totally right.
Like I said, 10 years, probably quicker now. It's seeming like it. There's gonna be something crazy that happens. Definitely.
Yeah, if these people have to put up $700,000 out of the budget that they didn't have planned for this stuff, for cameras and security, just the parking lot, just for the fucking parking lot. I mean, what do you fucking do, man? I mean, you gotta guard your parking lot like it's fucking Fort Knox.
I'm gonna be honest. Well, at least to me, this seems just it seems insane that you have to do this much.
And it
It's
doesn't work.
insane. It's insane that you have to go this far. And I'm gonna be honest, even with this, probably still gonna get worse.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna listen. All that's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to see who's doing it, and that's not gonna make a fucking lick of fucking difference.
Here's the thing. I don't think
Cars
a lot
were
of
broken
gliders
into.
get street cred or anything like that. They don't understand that concept because it's not something that just happens in their community.
Yeah, but they're also hamstrung by the race thing, so you never really even know what a glider thinks.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a breaking point. Like
The glider can't express himself, so you never know what they're thinking on the inside.
You can't. I just don't see it going so far past 10 years. Something's gonna happen. Like crazy crime bill is gonna get put in every major city, every state. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, not right now.
this just shows you that what even when we're not looking at the shooting and you're not looking at the carjacking, just this out of the fucking this company's budget, these people who built this building for these people to come and have a good time at, they have to spend fucking $700,000 just to hopefully cut down on the amount of cars in their parking lot.
It's gonna be so much where they can't really spend as much on that because they're probably gonna be over cap on how much they spend on that towards other things in a lot of these cities. Like I said, it's something's gonna happen, man.
And
Too much money gonna be lost.
This is downtown.
Yeah. I've been hearing this St. Louis, right?
Yeah, this is downtown. This is not in the hood.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying. This is why I don't even want to visit St. Louis. And I really love that place. I want to go
You're
back.
from Chicago. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I love St. Louis when I was younger. Fucking awesome city. But I hear, bro, even at the Red Sox games they have over there, or what do they have at the Red Sox? I can't remember what they have.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals. I'm sorry, Cardinals. I even hear at those games, even if you park in their parking lot or across, they say like, man, there's like a good chance your car, someone may have hit your car or whatever. You may have got shit stolen like that. I can't even. I don't even want to go to St. Louis
Wow.
because of shit like that.
Let me.
Down the road at
Go
City
ahead.
Foundry. Armory STL officials say incidents all over Midtown pushed them to up their security plan, investing roughly $700,000, more than they anticipated, to install extra lights, hire armed off-duty police officers to patrol fencing around both lots, and with one way in and one way out, and various cameras.
We're deploying this Visions parking technology, and it's their cameras 24/7, and they will scan the license plate and take a picture of every car upon entry and exit.
Now, a public meeting on this topic is scheduled for next Wednesday on Midtown Crime. That will happen at Schlafly Library next Wednesday at 6:30. Coming up at 5:30, we'll hear what police have to say about crime over the past weekend. Live this morning downtown, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
Wow.
Breaking right now at
And
4, a
on that-
bi-state crime spree sparked by a deputy shooting.
And on that note, I'm out, man. Peace out, guys.
Take care, y'all.